Good afternoon and welcome to the Kerry Garden Show. Alan Finn back with you again for another show here on Radio Kerry and of course on our Facebook page. You join me, we're back in Boyles of Killorglin and we've got both our gardening experts to talk to, and it's going to be all about some autumn winter colour. Let's go find Trish and Jer. So we're here back in Boyles of Killorglin and I'm joined by my two gardening experts, Trish and Jer, back together again on the one show. How are you doing, guys?
Good.
Very good, thank you.
It's good. We missed you last week there, Trish.
We did indeed,
sure, look, we haven't had the two of you together in a while. So listen, guys, we've got lots of colour, which is surprising because the whole topic of the show is autumn colour.
That's right.
Which is a kind of a time that people normally associate with regeneration, things kind of changing, the colours and stuff like that, and even stuff dying. But we've got lots of solutions to keep the colour going, Trish, don't we?
We do like that now. A lot of the summer baskets, window boxes, they're getting tired looking now. But if they're not and they're full of flowers still, keep on feeding them and deadheading them and you'll get up until about the end of October. But if you've new pots or new beds that need rejuvenation, there's loads of flowers, absolutely loads. So what I have first now is the bedding plants, the violas. They're always, they're very hardy as well because you come up to the autumn and the winter months, you've got the wind and you've got the rain. They will tolerate it, no problem.
I know, and it's funny, I've always said it looks like such a delicate flower.
It does, yeah.
You know, and we spoke about it earlier in the season, but we're still going back to them.
We're still going back to them.
It's amazing.
Now, these are the winter varieties.
Yeah.
Again, the pansy would be the bigger flower and the viola then would be the smaller flower.
Okay.
Come in all different colours. There could be mixed colours in the trays or separate colours as in this tray. Also as well, you've got the cyclamens. Now the cyclamens are absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, very unusual looking flower, but they're
every
lovely.
year, they're fabulous and they give great colour, whether it's in pots or whether it's in the ground. Now I suppose with cyclamens you have to be careful and plant them. You'll see loads of buds down there in the base of it.
Yeah.
And with that then you don't want to plant them too deep.
Okay.
So basically you'd have them up out of the soil or up out of the pot that little bit more. When you're mixing them into pots, mix in plenty of grit. They like a well drained. They don't like to be over watered either. So I know with the winter coming you're going to get plenty of rain.
Plenty of water, yeah.
So even if you push them in towards the house, the eave of the house,
a little bit of a shelter.
give it a bit of shelter or whatever. They're ideal in window boxes as well. A little bit of trail and ivy down around it would be fabulous then as well. They come in all different colours, pinks, whites, reds, dark reds, and they give an instant blast of colour.
Yeah.
I suppose with the cyclamens in as well, they last all the way to Christmas. I know we don't like mentioning Christmas this early.
Because I had the red flower.
Yeah, but they do flower all the way up to Christmas, and we have them now from now right up till about 3 or 4 days before Christmas, before Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
So there's always colour here right up till Christmas Eve.
Beautiful. Yeah. Talk to us about the heathers. This, that straight away caught my eye when I saw it.
That's instant colour, isn't it, Alan?
Beautiful.
What that is called is the trio girls, and meaning that you've got
trio of girls.
Trio of girls. It's all boys here.
Or trio of girls or trio of girls?
Trio of girls.
Trio of girls,
yes.
Right.
So you've got the pink, you've got the gold, and you've got the white.
Yeah.
So it's instant
Stunning.
all together, absolutely fabulous. They'll flower right up until November.
Yeah.
They're green all year round, and they'll flower for ages.
So they're green most of the year.
They're
and
green
just
all year round,
and
this time of year they come into flower in autumn and winter time.
Beautiful, yeah.
Again, they can be put in as a centerpiece in your pot. You could surround it then with a few little violas, and you could put your little bits of trail and ivy, and you could put in an odd cyclamen. Try and match up your colours then as well with it, and you can put your cyclamen in. We have a pot that's already done up there as well, and that's nice as well. So even if you want to bring in your own pots, we can do them up, or we've pots done up here for sale then as well.
Okay, so even the option of bringing in pots, Jared, that you'll actually have at home, you'll
we pot it up. We get numerous amount of pots in every week to do up, and the services there. We have the compost, we have the feed, we'll do everything, and we put in the grits underneath as well, just to make sure there's enough drainage to keep them healthy for the duration of the winter. I suppose just going back to the headers there, if there's anyone with summer headers at the moment and they're starting to die back, it'd be no harm to give them a little bit of a haircut.
Okay.
As you can see there, the flower comes up a good bit above the leaf. When these go out in flower in November, it's just to go up and with the scissors, give them a clip back. So you're talking 2 or 3 inches, maybe? 2 or 3 inches, just to go back down into the greenery. The reason being is if you leave them go, they get long, they get woody, they get straggly, they don't look good. But if you keep them cut back, they'll come back next year and the year after, and they'll have the same flowering season. If you don't, they just don't look right.
Okay. Now, what else have we got here?
We've also got centerpieces for pots. So if you've got big pots and you're looking for something substantial that you will notice, there's loads of different shrubs that you can actually put in. This now is a cordyline.
Okay.
Keeps that colour all year round, and again you interplant it then with your cyclamens and your violas. The golds are always nicer, the brighter yellows for the winter time because they shine out that bit more.
And you'd see them a lot in kind of rockeries and stuff in areas like that where there's beds.
That's right, yeah, and you can put them in. Now they eventually do go up on a stem, but it takes years for it to go up on that, so they are ideal for pots. And then another yellow one then would be the choisia. Again, there's that colour, it might go a limey green closer to the winter because the newer growth is always the yellow.
Yeah.
And that's lovely and bright as well. And you've also got your conifer, your gold crest.
Okay.
It's nice and slender, so there's plenty out there that you can actually put into your pots and interplant it then with the flowers around.
Am I right in saying the choisia was that at the house last week?
Yeah, different variety. We did the Ternata this week, we did the Sundance this week.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, yeah, excellent. Yeah. Now, what's this big one here in the middle?
That's the Hypericum. That's the common name would be St. John's wort.
Oh, yes,
but this is just a different variety. It's the magical mix.
Okay, yeah.
So it comes out in a smaller flower. The St. John wort, the hit coat comes out in a much bigger flower. But again, this one is good for the bees. But also with this one, you get the berry afterwards.
The berry as well.
So you have a nice little red colour for the autumn.
So, Jer, you've reached for the cabbage.
Oh, the cabbage, yeah. the season for it. So this is it's ornamental cabbage. It's cabbage you don't eat. So again, it's nice inside in pots with your reds or with the white cabbage. It looks very, very well. There's a couple of tricks with them. Again, very similar to the cyclamens. They like a well drained soil.
Okay.
But when you're planting them, it's just to plant them on a slight angle.
A little angle. So again, that's just to make sure that any water that gets in just runs off.
You can see there inside in the crown of it.
Yeah.
If the water gets in there, it's not going to be able to run out of it. So it'll lodge inside it and it'll rot the centre of it. So you plant at a little angle, the rain will come and it'll just slide off it. Yeah. But they're a nice little one as well for a little bit of interest. They should go, if they're looked after right, they should go into January, maybe February. Yeah,
and there's the white as well, and that's the kind.
And it's a purpley kind of a ready colour.
And you said the purple one is the more popular.
With the last couple of years, it's been the most popular. Yeah. This year could be the white one.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think it just goes well with, when you see it there, it just goes well with that with the red cyclamen.
Yeah, stunning, absolutely. So anyone who's listening on the radio, actually, if you check it out on Facebook, we'll be able to show you that. Now, you've got something that, of course, is very important.
Exactly. Now, during the winter time, you wouldn't be feeding with the tomato food or the Miracle Grow like you would during the summer. So what you do is you actually apply a slow release fertilizer. Now, this gives a slow release nutrient over the next 6 months. So if you're planting up the pots yourself, you put in a certain amount, it's all the instructions are on the back of it depending on the size of the pot, and that will give you nutrient all over the winter time. If we're doing up pots here, we always add that into it then as well.
Of course, because we are heading in to a more hardier time of the year. It's coming into the autumn, and before long winter will be here. So
exactly, yeah.
It's a good way to just keep the soil rich in nutrients.
That's it, and the plants will perform that much better then as well.
Excellent.
Just with this one then, Alan, the last one in the colour, this is called a garden mum. It's a chrysanthemum.
A garden
mum.
Garden mum, right. Yeah, and we've got 3 colours.
We've got the 3 colours. You can get them in the standard colours as well, the pinks, the whites, the purples. But this, we said we had to show this one.
Tis a ball of colour.
So it's white, pink and yellow for the listeners out there. It's just after popping colour, in the last couple of days.
I doubt if you could count how many bulbs there are.
No,
there's literally hundreds of bulbs.
And there's loads of buds coming after as well.
Yeah.
Just maintenance-wise is just to deadhead them.
Just pop them off with your fingers.
And just keep them moist. So just right down into the leaf, and that will keep regenerating hopefully into mid-November.
Right.
But it's a really nice one. It looks so well.
It does, and it's a fantastic colour, as you said. It just keeps going with it. Brilliant.
So there's plenty of colour there, really.
Lots of colour.
You'd be thinking there's nothing now after all the flowers we've had for the summer, but there's plenty for the autumn, and then another couple of weeks we'll have our bulbs, as in the daffodils, tulips.
And we'll because I know we've had a few people asking about seeds and bulbs and
yes, we'll have all them a little bit later on. Excellent. And we'll go through them then as well.
Brilliant. Now you're standing as well too in amongst some trees over there, Jer. So we're going to talk about some autumn interest when it comes to trees.
The couple of plants that we have here, they've all got autumn interest. So the one beside me is the crab apple. So you can see it's full of berries here. It's going to turn this lovely red now, hopefully mid-August or mid-September. And again, it's just so good. It just gives that little bit of extra interest into the autumn, and the leaves then will go a nice little colour as well as they're falling. But again, with the likes of the trees, we're coming into that autumn winter season where we are going to start getting them storms. So it's just to stake them well. Behind me here, I got the 2-inch stake. You can get these in 3 and 4-inch stakes as well. You can get them at different heights as well, for the size of the tree. But it's very, very important to get out there now and just make sure you get them
before everything starts going. And don't make the mistake like I did. Don't choose cable ties, lads.
The thing with cable ties, and a lot of people we do see a lot of it, is the cable tie gets into the bark, and as a tree grows,
you can't loosen it.
And it tears into.
It makes complete sense. But as you said, sometimes meat needs muster. You just have it kind of. You want to kind of start it.
Yes.
If you're ever using it, I guess make sure it's short term.
Short term.
Is that the main thing you want to see? If anyone does, because
or you can get the adjustable ties as well that you could use as well.
And I think is that like one of the ones you have in
your
hand?
So this is adjustable, but it's a rubber tie. And as the plant gets bigger, you can adjust it. So what we'd say when you're planting it is put it around the post first, and then do a figure of 8 around the plant. So the plant is not going to get disturbed during the process. So.
And are you literally, Jer, the one thing I wanted to ask, are you literally putting it right beside the tree? Like, I'd always be worried if you're staking into the ground, you might hurt the roots or damage the roots.
You want it good and stable, so you need to get it in very, very close. So nearly that close, because the tie isn't going to go around the plant.
And especially as you said in the figure of 8.
Yeah, but you only have the stake on the plant for the first couple of years until the roots get established in the ground. But again, it is vitally important, and as I said, get the right stake for the size of the size of the plant.
Okay, and we got a mountain ash there beside you as well, Jer. That's got some nice berries on it, has it?
Yeah, no. So they actually come in a couple of different varieties. So this one here is a Villamore. Lovely pink berry in this. You can get the Joseph's Rock as well, which is a lovely yellow. And Trish will just put them up there. And then we have the Acroparia, which is a traditional mountain ash that you get in the sides of the road.
The yellow one is very unusual. Is that a very popular one?
The last number of years it has been very, very popular. Very nice. But again, they'll only grow between 15 to 20 feet, so they're a nice sized tree, so they'd go into most gardens. Even if you have a small garden, you probably get one in.
Not going to overpower.
But it has interest all year round in as well. It's got the white flower earlier on in the season, and it's got the berries in the autumn, and then you have the autumn colouring.
They turn a fabulous red colour now in the autumn time. My goodness, kind of an orangey red, and they're really, really nice.
Is it going to be as nice as what's beside you, though,
No,
Trish?
I've kept the favourite one.
It's you're very close. You only put your arm around it.
I know, it is a beautiful one. It's called a liquid amber, or the common name for it is sweet gum. You can see by the picture, if anybody's looking on Facebook, the leaves on it are just so red. Like
stunning.
Where I live now, there's a neighbour of ours, he has it in the front garden, and it must be about, I'd say, 7 or 8 metres in height, and every year I'm looking at it going, that is fantastic.
I got to get me one of those.
But even while it's green throughout the year, it's got a lovely kind of like a maple-like
I was actually going to ask, is it a part of the maple or acer family, or no?
No, it's not, but it's very similar as in the leaf, the way it looks.
The shape of it,
definitely for ocean colouring. Like, as we've always been saying, you want to plan out your garden, whether it's spring, summer or autumn. So come into the garden centre, even if you're not ready to plant trees, have a look at them, see the berries on them like the crab apples or the sorbus, and see the colouring on them. Write it down, keep it for next year if you're not ready now to be planting.
And if you see a plant that's in a neighbour's garden, or you see it in one of the parks that you're going to, take a picture, and if you like it, bring it in, we'll identify it and we'll try and get it for you.
Excellent. Speaking of pictures, Jer,
yes.
we have got, that's a lovely little move, because we've got a fantastic competition to announce here on the show now as well too. So tell like the listeners
we're always going on about feeding plants and keeping them lush, and we're coming to that season where they should be at their best. So if you take a picture and put it in the comment page of the Facebook page, on Kerry Radio, we'll pick, myself and Trish will pick the 3 best winners. First place will get a €100 voucher for the garden centre. €50 for second place, and €30 for third place.
Excellent. So we're basically looking and asking anybody if you've got a flower
so window boxes, hanging baskets. Yeah,
show us your pride, and you could be winning a lovely voucher here for Boyles of Killorglin. Excellent.
That's it, and we pick the winner out in next week's show.
Excellent. So that's brilliant. So make sure you get out there, picture your plants and put them up on the Radio Kerry Facebook page underneath the video for the garden show. And as Trish and Jer said, we'll give you a week or two now and we'll let you pick the winner, and you could have a lovely voucher to spend here, which would be very, very nice. Guys, that's fantastic. I'm always surprised. I shouldn't be, but I always am, about the amount of colour you can still always have in your garden, even at this time of year. Thanks very much as always, Trish and Jer, and to you for listening and for watching. As always, check us out on Facebook, and we will be back again next week here in Boyles of Killorglin. From Trish, Jer, myself and all the gang here, happy gardening.